Andy, when you take over here at Talawanda, what were some of the initial things that you really felt was important to establish?
So I think the first thing was we knew we had to increase the roster size. It was pretty low. Participation was pretty low throughout the district in the sport. So we streamlined the middle school with the high school. Got a great coaching staff down there, and then we just started to recruit the hallways. So got those guys out, and then we decided we needed to hang our hat on something, and we couldn't fix everything in the first couple of years. So we decided that we were lacking some physicality, so we put a big emphasis on big hits and pancakes, and we still award those every Friday night. And those were kind of the glaring needs right off the bat.
Well, and here you are, winners of 7 of 8 games, off to an obvious great start. I mean, you got to go back to 1991. I still remember I covered that game when Talawanda beat Princeton in the first round, 24-22 on a last minute, kind of in the last minute touchdown. Did you expect a year like this year, or is this even a little bit faster than you thought it would be?
Once the staff started to come together, I started to get pretty confident in what we could do, because I think if you look at our track record, we've been really good at kind of coming into places that need some help and making the necessary adjustments, but we've been really good at developing players. And when we saw what we had coming out of the hallways and guys coming back that haven't played since 8th and 9th grade, we knew we had something to work with. I didn't know it would happen, kind of to this magnitude or this scale, but I'm always the eternal optimist anyway. I've been telling everybody this is going to happen every year. So it's nice to see our kids are really enjoying it, and the community is really enjoying it. Our atmosphere right now is about as good as you get in Butler County. And so I don't know the real answer to that. I want to think so, but we'll take it.
Well, you mentioned there were 40 kids in the program, and you got here now there's close to 90. So, and I got to believe when you see an atmosphere like you did Friday night here, we'll get to the Harrison game, but I mean, place packed, going crazy, that's got to lead itself into keeping those numbers, if not even increasing them.
I think so. I think that what we're doing is we're building a brand up here at Talawanda that is going to lend to more and more kids coming out, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. Is not just promise everybody something verbally, but actually go out and show that we're going to do what we said, and we're hoping that next year we get even more kids coming out.
And obviously, Lance Cantrell's having an amazing year. I mean, 1,770 yards. He was held below, first time below, I think, 127 Friday night against Harrison, where obviously Harrison, A, is good, and B, stuffed the box. Did you kind of anticipate that going in, expecting a good Harrison team to kind of do that, to say, we're not going to let him run on us?
We did. We've actually seen that the last probably 5 or 6 weeks, but we didn't see it to the caliber of the Harrison players. So we knew Friday night was going to be a challenge. We knew they were well coached. I mean, they've got some kids on that side of the ball that can't wait till they graduate, and they did a really nice job. Their game plan was really sharp. If you watch some of the film, though, we missed a lot of opportunities on our end, and we think that's why that was such an important game for us, because it is stuff that we're watching and correcting on film that it's like, man, you make this play right here, or we don't miss this tackle or whatever it was, and you clean that up, you can hang with just about anybody because Harrison's a really good football team.
2 weeks left. He obviously has 1,770 yards, does Lance. He needs 230 to go over 2,000. He doesn't seem to be that focused on that, but that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it, to have a 2,000-yard rusher?
I think it would, especially as an O-line guy. I think that's exciting. But, when you talk to Lance, what you see is what you get. He's serious about wanting to win football games, and he'll take the personal accolades if it helps him get to college. But he's just a really good football player, and he's concerned about winning. And he's not the most talkative guy in the world, but he goes out every single day and just is a leader by example, no matter what we're doing, whether it's in the weight room or out here. And I think he'll take that 2,000 yards and be really excited and be really proud of that. But ultimately, he just wants to win football games, and that's why he's fun to coach.
Be remiss if I didn't ask you. We've got Harrison this week hosting St. Francis de Sales, which ought to be a heck of a game in the showdown. Speaking of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown, you played in the first. You were a lineman at Fairfield back in 1998, right? You played Elder down at Nippert Stadium. It was a heck of a game. I think Elder prevailed ultimately, and then you of course, now your offensive coordinator here is Dominic Goodman, who also played in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown.
Yeah, I'd like to say loosely that I played in the first one because I stood on the sidelines kind of like we're standing right now. Dominic probably was a more impactful player back then, but yeah, I've been around for all of them now. So yeah, it's been fun to watch, and I miss the old ones where we were down at Nippert and had the 3-game schedule and all that stuff. Man, that was always a good time, and I remember those games really, really well. So.
And then you actually played some Arena Bowl, right?
Yeah. I played just locally for the Cincinnati Commandos for 3 years, and it was pretty neat. I hope somebody does a documentary on it one day because it was just Cincinnati kids, and we would go all over the place and beat whoever they put out there in front of us.
Do you still remember all the names of the here and gone indoor teams in Cincinnati?
Yeah,
there have been quite a few, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And there's another one coming on this time over in northern Kentucky.
It's a shame I'm too old to play still, but Dominic might be able to play still. He's pretty in shape.
Yeah, because he played in A1, right? For a lengthy period of time, really.
He did.
So for you, closing out this year, what will be ultimately to say, man, we had a great year? What will that take for this program?
Well, I think we're going to be proud of what we've done, even up to this point. But for us to take the next step in our program, I think it's important for us to take these next 2 weeks one at a time, attack them like it's a playoff game for us, because honestly, we are fighting for our playoff lives, you know, with the reduced number that make it from each region. So I would say for us, the best way to close this out is to take care of business, get in the playoffs, see what we can do, and then use that momentum to catapult the program even further.
All right, Lance, congratulations on the season so far. I mean, obviously, you guys are off to a good start, 7 wins in 8 games. And for you personally, you're inching closer to 2,000 yards rushing. So would you ever have thought you'd be close to 2,000 yards as we stand here today?
Yeah, because I did a lot of off-season stuff, and I got one of the best O-lines, so yeah.
And obviously you started well. When you rushed for over 400 yards right in the first game, how much was that a key to what you've been able to do week in and week out?
It's made it a lot harder because teams have put a lot of people in the box, so it's honestly harder.
Now, last week was probably the hardest of hard, right? I mean, They did that, right?
Yeah, there was like 8 to 9 guys in the box. It's pretty hard.
Now, do you take that as a challenge for you? I mean, obviously, you got to rely on the offensive line, but I mean, is that something that you take as a challenge?
Sometimes I wish it wasn't like that, but it's kind of a compliment.
So, does it matter to you the 2,000 yards? Is that something that you're focused on in the last two weeks?
My personal goals, yeah, but not for a team goal. I just want to win.
Talk about this team, speaking of winning. What's been the difference? I mean, you've obviously, seen the Talawanda football program. You guys have more than doubled the number of kids in it now. What's been the difference to allowing this year's team to win 7 of 8 games?
Our attitude and our confidence and the way we practice.
What's different about those than previous?
Our confidence is really high. Our attitude is just like, I don't really know how to describe it. We just have I guess you could say really high confidence. We practice really hard.
What was it like Friday night? The atmosphere here was pretty cool.
It was pretty packed, but we definitely needed that game to show us that we're not the best, but we can compete with really good teams.
And I guess, what are you looking for the last 2 weeks as a team? I mean, obviously you want to finish 9-1. You want to take some momentum into the playoffs. But what did you learn from Friday that you need to focus on the last 2 weeks?
Making the little things count, and when you come back together as one, and just went out from here, and we got the playoffs to focus on. So,
number 2 in the state in rushing, number 9 national. I mean, people talk about you every week about national rankings. You pay any attention to that?
I try not to, but I mean, it happens a lot. So,
do your friends and people at school remind you? Do they come up and say, "Hey, man, your number whatever"? I mean, is that? Yeah. It's got to be pretty cool, though, right?
Yeah, it is cool, but there's no difference to it.
You gonna try to play football after Talawanda?
That's the plan.
Any place you'd like to go? Anything you're looking at now?
My best interest is Michigan Tech, but I don't have any offers yet.
All right, so is this team going to go out by winning 2 in the regular season here and head into the postseason with some momentum?
Yes, sir.